Hello my friends, look who's back again. We're continuing our series of New York eats in LA. Have you heard of Levain Bakery? These cookies were trending all of last year during the lockdowns. Everyone was itching to travel. They couldn't get to New York. And so I don't know about you, but I saw a ton of videos and a ton of blog posts about Levain Bakery cookies, and people were making copycat recipes left and right. These cookies are world famous. People flock to New York City just to try one. When you break them apart, they're ooey gooey inside. I have missed out. I will remedy that today. Now Levain is shipping these cookies across the country. So I managed to snag 2 boxes for myself to try them out, and I'm super excited. Let's get started. That's it, they're done, baked. It was super quick, about 5 to 7 minutes in the oven. I did mine for 7, and that's that. This one was already cracked before I put it in the oven. These top 2 are the chocolate chip, and these 2 are the walnut. I had an earlier shot where I was gonna break one open, but my microphone wasn't on, so we're just gonna redo it. Sorry, I already broke this one open, but we'll do it for the camera one more time. So here it is, hot and fresh out of the oven. Layers of chocolate. It's kind of crunchy on the outside, but on the inside you can see it's kind of gooey. Let's break open the walnut cookie, the original. Let's see here. Ooh, wow. Again, crusty exterior, but the inside is nice and ooey gooey. Looks amazing. Why don't we give it a taste test? This one's the regular chocolate chip. That is so indulgent and rich. Really, really, really good quality chocolate. The exterior is crusty, but the interior is so gooey. It's decadent. Let's try the walnut. Walnut. You can see the layer of chocolate mixed in with the walnut. Give it a shot. That is even better. The walnut gives it a different type of texture and earthiness. Adds nuttiness, but also kind of a butteriness too. I do. I like this one better than the chocolate chip, for sure. This one is really, really good. And it's the original one. Definitely Levain Bakery. The frozen version is awesome. I'm so happy that you can get it at your local grocery store. I got mine at Whole Foods, but something I'm thinking about is how does it compare to a freshly made version, even if it is a copycat? Because like I said, I noticed that these are a little bit smaller than the ones that you find in the bakery or that I've seen on Instagram. The ones at Levain Bakery are actually about 6 ounces. And so I'm kind of curious how much these ones weigh. In fact, I'm gonna weigh one of the frozen ones actually, just to see how much it does weigh. Okay, I've got my weight scale here, and I've got their walnut chocolate chip cookie. These are still frozen. Okay, turn this on. So I've got my weight scale here, piece of parchment paper. As you can see, the parchment doesn't add any weight. And just drop it on. 1.9 ounces. So it's not quite 6 ounces. And you can clearly see it's not like it's not a huge indulgent treat. It's meant to be a regular sized cookie. It's like a nice little afternoon snack. So again, okay, it changed 2 ounces, but This was great, but I'm still gonna do an at-home copycat version. Stay tuned. Okay, I found a recipe from a blog called The Domestic Rebel, so we're gonna follow that. I'll leave a link for it in the description so you can check it out if you'd like. Let's go. Oh, hi. The first part of the recipe is to take 1 cup of cold, unsalted butter, cut it into small cubes, and then incorporate sugar into it. I'm gonna use this baby. Here's 2 sticks of butter, or 1 cup. As you can see, I have 2 different styles. East Coast style, which is longer and thinner, and West Coast style, which is chunkier. Let's cube it up. I'm gonna use the bench scraper. You know, let's just do this prep work like off camera. 1 cup of cold butter, add to my stand mixer here. Then you're supposed to add 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar and 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar. Sugar is added, so let's just go ahead and combine them together. Looks like the mixture's been fully combined. I'm just gonna scrape down the paddle and the sides of the bowl and get it ready for the next step. I love baking cookies. It's so fun. I don't normally use the mixer for cookies because I usually make a smaller batch than this, but we're doing a recipe today. See that mixture? Nice and creamy, fluffy. It already looks like cookie dough, doesn't it? Now the next step is we're gonna add 2 eggs in 1 at a time. Put the bowl back onto the stand mixer. Oh, what is this fleck doing in my eggs? We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that. Oh my gosh, I did not add the eggs and I did not lock the machine. What's wrong with me? Okay, now we're gonna do it for real. Okay, low speed, 1 egg at a time, scraping down the sides of the bowl. Turn off the mixer. Scrape down the sides of the bowl like the instructions say. Then add the other egg. There we go. Then the directions say to mix it until it's light and fluffy. I think that looks light and fluffy, don't you? Next step, add in cornstarch, baking soda, salt, cake flour, and all-purpose flour. Mix on low speed until just incorporated. Because the recipe calls for cake flour, and I don't have cake flour, I just have all-purpose flour handy. I did research this cool trick where you can substitute all-purpose flour for cake flour by removing 2 tablespoons of the all-purpose and substituting it for cornstarch. Interestingly, this recipe also calls for an additional teaspoon of cornstarch, so I'm just gonna add that teaspoon in as well. So I'll show you what I mean. First, 1 cup cake flour. I'm gonna measure out 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And then I'm gonna take away 2 tablespoons of that flour, as you can see here, and substitute that with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to make cake flour. So now we have 1 cup of cake flour. I'm gonna add that to our dry bowl here. And then the additional teaspoon of cornstarch as well. Next is another 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I know it's confusing, just all-purpose flour. New bag of flour. I feel like everything is so much more difficult to open now than it used to be. I wonder if it's because of the pandemic. Everything's tightly sealed. It was a struggle to get this one open. It's just a bag of flour, geez. But do you remember when flour was really hard to find last year? It was like gold last year. So that's 1 3/4 cups of plain old all-purpose flour. Add this to the dry. We need baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Mix that around. We're gonna incorporate this into the wet mixture, mix on low speed until it's combined. Looks like it's very well combined. This is beautiful looking dough. There's some dry bits here I'm gonna just scrape off. That's a lovely looking dough mixture. So that's combined. Now we add 2 cups of chocolate chips and 2 cups of chopped walnuts. I've got walnuts here and I've got the chocolate here that I chopped up myself. I actually don't even know if this is 2 cups. Let's measure it out first. I used this for the flour. I think that should be fine. Let's just drop it in. Make sure that this is 2 cups of chocolate. The huge thing about Levain Bakery is the quality of, not only the quantity, but the quality of the chocolate that they're using. I bought Valrhona chocolate from Whole Foods. That should be really nice and good. And I'm a little shy here of 2 cups. So I'm gonna see if I can rummage around and find some more chocolate. Somewhere around here, I've got chocolate. I got plenty of chocolate. I can find something. Okay, I think this should work. This is Trader Joe's dark chocolate. Let's just open this up. So we're gonna use this to make up the difference since we're a little shy of 2 cups. Chocolate here, add that in. 2 cups of walnuts. You know what? We might have to chop these walnuts just a little bit. I find them a little too large. I'll come back. Okay, 2 cups of walnuts chopped up. Add this in. Ooh, look at this mound of gloriousness. And it hasn't even been stirred up yet. So let's do that. Oh, there. I just let the machine run till everything was combined. Wow. Check out this monster. Check this out. It's beautiful. To get that layered look that the Levain Bakery cookies have, you don't want to tightly compact the dough when you're forming the cookie shape. That's why it's just loosely combined. I want it to have those delicious layers. This is going to be the fun part for me, weighing out the 6-ounce dough balls. Let's do it. First, actually, we have to refrigerate this dough for 15 minutes to let it set up. See you back here. 15 minutes are up, the dough is nice and chilled. We're gonna do the part that I've been waiting for, the part that I'm so excited for, rolling them into the 6-ounce balls. That sounds horrible, balls. The 6-ounce cookie balls. That sounds horrible too. There's no good way to say it. The 6-ounce cookie balls, cookie dough balls, just like Levain Bakery does. Because I don't know about that 2-ounce life. I mean, like, I was looking at their website and it says, oh, we package them in these perfect 2-ounce portions for everyday indulgence. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But like, if you're gonna indulge, do it right. I'm gonna take an ice cream scoop and I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna pack it lightly and let's see if I can achieve 6 ounces. 3.8. Okay, so I'm gonna need a little bit more. By the way, I have a weight scale here, so I'm totally accurate. Okay, cookie dough, 6 ounces. Check that out. We're gonna drop this onto our cookie sheet here. All right, I'm gonna keep rolling these out. I think I can only fit maybe 3 on my cookie sheet here. Meet you back in a sec. I've rolled out 3 balls of dough. It doesn't sound right, no matter how many times. 6-ounce cookies. The recipe makes about 8 cookies in total, but I'm only gonna make 3 for today. 10 to 13 minutes in a 410-degree Fahrenheit oven. See you back here. Let's see. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's been a long haul. Ooh, I'm tired. Let's see how they look and break one open and give it a taste test. This one's the camera ready one. We'll break open this one over here. Oh, it's already broken. Check that out. Wow, chock full of chocolate. Now that's thick. Ooh. Crusty exterior and the ooey gooey center. Nice. We'll give it a test. Mmm. Homemade all the way, baby. When I tried the Levain cookie, the frozen one, I was blown away. I'd never had a cookie quite as good as that in my entire life. Honestly, it's one of the best, if not the best, cookie I've ever had. But I'm so sorry, but doing it homemade is kind of a game changer. It's so gooey inside. And the contrasting textures with the walnuts and the crusty exterior. All you need is a glass of milk and you're good to go. This was bomb.com. Again, I'll leave a link in the description to the recipe that I used by the Domestic Rebel. It was awesome, and this was so much fun to do. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to tell all your friends, give me one of these, comment, and of course, subscribe. My fingers are covered in chocolate. Thanks, have a good one. Bye-bye.